Greeting, traveler.
I have no time for games.
The end is coming!
Hey everyone, this is Lotus here. We're here with a special episode of Schoolstone for you all. Today we're going to have a very special match. Alien Santa and Brick versus Hockey and Markshire. I hope you're all as excited as I am. Casting with me today we have Tris. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm excited for these matches. Two great teams going against each other. I'm excited to hear their thought process in between turns.
Yeah, this is looking to me to be a crazy match. We're going to be jumping around from the voice channels. We'll be talking whenever there's a play to comment or anything. And if the delay is not too large, we'll try to take chat questions as well. Thank you, Saku, for OPing today.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Yes, thank you, Saku. We appreciate it.
So while they're getting ready, let's talk a little bit about the classes that we have.
Nope.
So we have Alien Santa and Brick in the Hunter, Paladin, Priest, Shaman versus Hockey Markshire in the Druid, Priest, Shaman, Warrior. What would you expect, Tris, the bands to be in this one?
I think in LHS, Shaman has the greatest potential to high roll, and out of these like four classes they both have, and they both have Shaman, so I'm expecting a double Shaman ban from both of them. How about you?
Yeah, I think that makes sense. I would expect, honestly, a double Shaman ban just because of the danger that Shaman is right now. And if you're going with a Shaman ban, I would expect Alien Santa to bring the Highlander Hunter, in this lineup, probably the Quest Shaman, and the Combo Priest to hit on that Druid. That sounds like it makes sense. And something else to hit on the Druid, probably Highlander Paladin.
Yeah, I agree. I can also see Alien Santa and Brick wanting to ban the Warrior so that they can bring a full aggro lineup with the Highlander Hunter, the Highlander Paladin, and Combo Priest, assuming Shaman gets banned. So I can see that being a possibility, and them wanting to hit on like the aggro classes and the slower classes, maybe like Druid and Priest, that they can like beat with their aggro decks.
I can see that. The main issue is Res Priest is not that great against aggro, or not that bad against aggro, so they might be able to hold back the Highlander Paladin and the Highlander Hunter, and even the
Yeah, I can see it being a little bit like not as good as the Shaman ban, just because like if the Shaman ends up like getting the good draws, it's probably not the best situation for Alien Santa and Brick. But also at the same time, I think it depends how they build their decks. So we'll see how this goes. Um,
Yeah. What about, let's take a look at the other side as well. So here we have Hockey Markshire with the Druid, Priest, Shaman, Warrior. So I think it's definitely Quest Druid because that's basically the only Druid deck we're seeing. This should probably be a Res Priest, some kind of Shaman, maybe Aggro Shaman is good enough here, and a Control Warrior.
yeah, that's what I'm expecting out of Hockey and Markshire. Um, I think the only thing that can be like questionable is like if they're gonna bring Quest Shaman or if they're gonna bring like more of a token style Shaman deck to help against their aggro decks, assuming Alien Santa and Brick bring aggro. So that should be interesting to see if Shaman doesn't get banned, what Shaman they bring.
Yeah, I think so. Let me make sure they're ready.
Yeah.
Got to muted my mic, so not sure if they're ready yet. Um,
Here I'll message her.
Still waiting for bands for both guys.
Yeah, Brick is not here yet, so we can give a little bit longer to wait until he shows up.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Still let's see.
So what is a THL duo there, Lotus?
So, for those who don't know, the THL Duo tournament is a special tournament we're having for the off season, in which players are paired to face against each other in pairs. So, in this match, we're going to have Markshire and Hockey Boys facing Alias and Brick, and they'll both be in Discord calls. So, we'll have them use basically their duo capacities to play a lot better than each of them would on their own.
Yeah. I think when you're duoing with someone, you end up like spotting a lot of things that like you wouldn't have seen like on a first glance, and like you end up just like taking more of a time and thinking through your plays, which is a big opponent of why I like the duos so far.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a big part of it. There's just so much you can do. Um, and you can just move from there once you're doing a duo format.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think also you can focus on different things during the match. You can have a player doing a bit more of hand reading, doing a bit more of just focusing on particular types of plays versus another one just thinking of the general game.
Yeah. I agree. I also think it's pretty cool when both people diverse in different things. Like example, like when like an aggro player plays with a control player, because they see the game at like two different views most of the time, and like it's also like pretty cool to discuss like which player they're going to do and like which play is actually more optimal. Like should they go face or should they trade and things like that.
Yeah, we do have the bans, by the way. Alien Santa banned Priest, while Markshire banned.
Huh.
So we are back to the Priest ban. Kind of surprising to me, but I can see it happen.
Yeah, I can see it.
It looks like Brick is trying to pair up with Alien, but not happening just yet.
Wait, what did Marshall and Hockey end up banning? Is it double priest or
Nope, Shaman.
shaman? Okay, so priest and shaman. Okay. I'm surprised they end up. Yeah, that's. It should be interesting to see how this plays out then with the priest ban. Will shaman and warrior end up doing better then? We'll end up being a better band than those two bands.
Right. I think that will be really interesting and should just make for a great match.
I agree. I think they were considering that because I think they just said like Rose Priest is too good into their aggro decks. So I think the Alien Tender Breaks thought process was like we can get there against Warrior sometimes with like their let me check. They can get there sometimes against Warrior, but against like Priest they just like play too many Azovs and things that they can't handle.
That's true. The Highlander Hunter and the Highlander Paladin are more favored against Warrior than against Priest because of the tons of N'Zoth minions coming.
Yeah, a Hunter and Paladin can actually go like pretty long, like sustain against Warrior and just like make board after board. While against Priest, a lot of times you can just like lose because they play like two N'Zoths or three N'Zoths with mass resurrections, and you lose the board like that. So I think it makes
Right.
sense.
Right.
And then I guess they just like say they can beat Shaman and hope and like they hope Shaman doesn't draw the nuts 3 games in a row. Maybe the thought process.
like normal. Okay, so both players are ready to go. If we want to get going here, I think Brick is going to be joining Santa in a few seconds here. So I will get the guys going.
Cool. Sounds good.
All right.
So hockey's going to be on the first to spectate.
Okay.
Okay. So the pilots in this one are Hockey and Alien Santa, and Mark Shire will be in voice, as will Brick once he arrives.
Yep. All right. Looks like they're starting up.
Garrosh versus Arthas. For Lordaeron, victory or death.
All right. So Hockey opens up with the Warrior, while Alien Santa opens up with the Highlander Paladin. And it looks like it's Aggro Warrior from Hockey, which is not a bring I was expecting. Were you? Linus?
Yeah, definitely not. The Aggro Warrior can win games, especially if they brought Holy Wrath. But it's kind of a deck that some players are really defending. I know, I don't know how to say his name, but BZRK was doing really well with it on ladder, and some of the other players did get high with it on ladder. But it's not a very well established deck, especially when you don't have a 1 or 2 draw.
Yeah, I think that Hockey not drawing any like his Eternium Rovers, his Town Criers, or Frying Flunk, anything like that in the early game is really gonna hurt when Alien Santa can just like plop down a Secret Keeper or an Avenge. So I guess that's the decision now for Alien Santa is what's better, Avenge into a 3/4 or Secret Keeper into a Secret or into a 2/3.
Yeah, it really depends on their early board. It is more mana efficient to start with the Avenge because it can't be broken this turn, and 3/4 is really good turn 2.
Yeah, I agree. I think the one of his reasoning was like if 3/4 lines up better into like this Amani Berserker that Hockey does drew and like 3 health 2 drops, and instead of like the 2/3 he would have played if he would just like played Secret Keeper into the Secret he would have played afterwards. So yeah, I like this play. He just uses mana efficiently.
Yeah, I 100% agree.
All right.
Got something to
Commander
hide?
Rissa was, yeah, Commander Rissa was pretty good draw for Alien Santa. We allowed to fill out his mana pretty well. So what are you doing if you're Hockey?
Let's listen to them. Oh, they
Time
went.
for a little blow.
Okay, so they're going with Amani Berserker. Let's listen to their next play and kind of get a bit of their logic here.
Secret, Paladin, HS replay. Alright.
They run secrets.
What would
Mhm.
Arthas do?
Mysterious Challenger.
Oh yeah, I heard that card's good.
Yeah, I heard it's kind of overrated. And most secret paladins are good when they don't run it. I think this could still be Holy Wrath. You know, Commander is really good Holy Wrath.
Mm. So if we could coin Mummy. I think we should do that before Risa gets out of hand.
Well, okay, so if it's Noble Sack, that's really bad for us.
It is.
Redemption's like eh.
Redemption's fine.
Avenge is probably like Avenge doesn't trigger twice if Rissa dies, right? Like we're going coin.
No,
Mummy,
it
right?
shouldn't. Yeah, I mean, I think it just like gets worse as the game goes on if we leave it up.
No tool can hold me.
Gosh, I'm a TFT.
Hmm.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. Avenge, and it should just trigger once, yeah. But we can't get the kill, but that's okay. We don't hit in, right?
Why would we not? Like, worst case scenario is he sprays and hits it, right? That's bad for us. Like, we want this thing. I guess we
You
don't
want the
kill
damage
cards.
on it?
We can kill the core card, yeah. We just
I don't
use
know.
both
Well,
bullets.
I assume he doesn't have ways to like ping off his 3-1. I guess he probably runs like weapon, like okay, mysterious blade. Other than that, it's probably better like yeah, he'll go face and then we can maybe get a good trade on it.
How bad is Brave here if we have the Ziliax? No, how bad is going Rover into Berserker and then they're like, oh, the Berserker is important to kill, we'll kill it.
And then like hitting.
I want to see what the secret is first. If
Okay,
it's
yeah, that
no-
makes sense. Yeah, just swing face. Okay.
Yeah, because then we can bait out so that Ziliax hits that and kills something cleanly, right?
It should, yeah. If he hits into. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Be thirsty.
So here we have a more interesting turn, I think, for the other side, where he needs to think whether he wants to deal with the frothing or not. Just drop Ziliax, drop the 1-drops. What are you thinking here, True?
Hello. Okay, so I'm thinking we drop Ziliax here, and then. So the thing is, how worried do you need to be a Frothing Berserker? And I think Frothing Berserker is one of the way the Paladin loses this game. So if I'm Alien Santa, personally, I'm trading my 6-4 into the 2-4, playing Ziliax, hitting into the 3-1, and then the question is, the question is, do we trade like, off the 3-4 with the 1-3? And I say he doesn't. Okay, so he does. I was gonna say he probably should go face with it, but I'm okay with this too. Just playing around the Ziliax. But that was a misplay. He should have talked to the 6-1 first. You would have had a stuff.
Yeah, that was a pretty bad order, but
Yeah.
the play does make sense. I think the main thing here is the Ziliax also comes back with the redemption, which makes it a bit better.
Yeah. It's like the reborn effect with like Cycle Pump, and it's like super annoying for decks to deal with. So this should be pretty annoying when it dies and comes back to life.
I wonder.
Yeah, let's hear a bit what they're planning at this point, I think.
Yeah.
But Blood Oath doesn't kill the 3/3. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Because then we can also go 4 into 2 next turn. Because what else is he gonna do? Drop
Yeah,
in
that's a good point.
Challenger? Like, I don't think he has a way of killing the Ziliax.
I like Zil Pass.
Unity.
Yeah.
Because we can use the Lance too to kill off something.
Yeah. So he's gonna top out at like Rag probably, right?
Yeah.
This deck. So what top end besides Rag and Mysterious Challenger?
Sometimes they're on Tyrion.
Okay,
And
makes
sometimes they're in
sense.
Sylvanas, but it's usually only if they have N'Zoth.
Oh, the N'Zoth Secret Valley. Wow. Wait, so did you take out Varian in this deck for stuff, or did we not make that switch?
I have no time for games.
Act now.
This sounds like a more pressure, putting in the pressure play and hoping the Sylv, as well as the Ziliax, just can
Get there.
take this game.
Yeah, I think personally, if I was like had to say who was gonna win, I think Hockey's in a bit more favorable position with the resources he has. But also, I wouldn't count anything off with him with the CMAT coming down next turn, because CMAT's really powerful, and Hinda Wisdom being up, limiting Hockey's turn. I think that Alien Santa still has a good chance of this game. So we'll see how this goes, especially with the redemption popping up again. So I'm curious to see how this goes.
Yeah, I also think an important note here is Alien Santa's deck just plays bigger resources. So it gets a lot better in the late game than the other deck would, especially with things like Consecration, which
Yeah,
is really
it looks really
big
good here.
Yeah.
I must choose.
So now if you're okay, he doesn't hit. So this consecration, it's major value here, which I think has to be the play. Like, what else do you play?
I don't think it makes too much sense to play Siamad when you can just clear the board, get a very favorable trade into the 2/3, and go face with the Sylvanas.
Yeah, I don't
Plus, you
see
can,
any play. And you've also one drops.
yeah, you can play the Zealot and Hero Power, or the Zealot and Secret Keeper. I think the Hero Power is fine in this case.
I think so too. Is there anything he would want on Zephyrus instead? What 5-mana AoEs that clear? I don't think anything else does really anything better than Consecration does here.
What would Uther do?
So I think he'll probably end up going with the Consecration and then the one drops like we said, but it should be interesting.
Right.
Consecration, Daylight. Plays a Zephyr here for Moonfire.
Your wish is my
Try to deal ping damage on that. Picks Tyrion, okay, he just wants another big threat. That makes sense too. Just to fill out your curve next turn.
Yeah, I think he's just thinking of closing out the game. Let's take a look at what the players are thinking, Markshire and
Hockey.
You just want to kill off the Sylph?
We can go Korkron Lackey and kill off everything but the Sylvanas. Like, I feel like we just
Okay,
lose
I
the
think
game
that's
no matter
better.
what.
Probably.
What now?
Unless we find like Varian. If we still have that in the deck. I don't remember if you took it out or not. But okay, yeah, let's just clear everything but Sylph.
For the war chief!
We get the armor up, and that's super important in this match.
That's
We
true.
could also... No. Alright, Tyrion comes down. We big sad.
Yeah. Or Ag.
Put the little blow on the top left cloud. Just gonna jump regardless.
Put your faith in the light.
There we go.
Oof.
I like the part where we hit concede.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. I don't think we can.
It's okay, we just...
Alright. Time to switch to...
Alright, so good match by both players. I think what it came down to was Hidden Wisdom drawing cards for the Paladin.
yeah, that card when it draws, it's just 1 mana draw 2 is really good, and it drew a really key card for that scenario.
Zephyrs and Consecration are like some of the best cards in that matchup. So I think drawing those 2 cards were really helpful for Alexander to get there.
Yeah, for sure.
Alrighty, so let's see what both players queue up now.
For Doomhammer.
Or
Sure.
every time
Yeah.
you queue Paladin, both see what Hockey queues up Shaman. Okay.
Let's hear their mulligan talk.
Yeah. Thunderhead's like the best card.
Cool.
So I
is
think we
Mogu the
only
best
keep
card?
Bloodlust and Soul the Murloc because you win this matchup by going wide.
Yeah, I mean, definitely makes sense.
They don't have any early game to contest our early game of Galvanizer and Mechs.
Just those two, and then probably go for the win on turn 5.
Yeah. Oh wait, what? Evolved Shaman? This isn't my Mech Shaman that I thought we were building. I made the wrong list, Markshire.
Converting
No, they
stored
full kept their
energy.
whole hand. What the heck?
Oh, I wasn't even paying attention to that.
If we lose, you heard why I stream. Oh my goodness.
Oh my god.
Gallon
nuts.
said, playing that on 2 is better than kill itself on 2.
Wow. Honestly, that makes sense. That is crazy. Fire Blast Ring 2, baby.
Oh, we got it.
Ooh, okay. It sucks that this Lickum won't be active though.
Yeah, but we're still the best gamers.
Yeah.
Where is he? You can just go like 3 mage and then flex to something else. So what? I don't know, Inferno, build a brand.
Which
Nerfed.
path to choose?
I'd take Kindred. Kindred's just like overall strong. Plus it's Shadow too. You can go for Shadow. For Shadow's pretty good.
So it seems like we're going to see the hair evolve, or just actually a Thunderhead plus a bunch of small guys also seems really good here, taking control of the board.
I think that they're gonna go with the hair evolve play. Or no, they actually want to. Okay, this play actually makes both plays made sense to me. I think they like this play because it gets to lick them online, and it like. The problem is for me is like, what are they gonna do next turn? But I don't think they need that next turn. I think they just like take control of the board this turn and like look back, never look back.
Yeah, I think that's what they're planning here, is just to gain control of the board and try to snowball from there, which this deck does really well, to be honest.
Yeah, I think that this was pretty ideal for hockey. But Alexander didn't have a bad start either, so it's not like one person drew the nuts and one person didn't draw the nuts. Like this, like Alexander has less chance of losing it because of this Zephyrus. Like that Shadowworn Pain is pretty huge. It just like deletes on their head.
Yeah, it is. It's pretty huge, and I think at this point they have one more turn before the Desert Hair Evolve happens. So
Yeah.
they're probably just going to hair here because they can, and they have 2 of them. And if one sticks, it's great for next.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be depending what's gonna be more of an impact. This Desert Hair Evolve, or this Mysterious Challenger coming down on turn 6. As I guess it'd be pretty interesting to see.
What to do?
Yeah, that is true. We are going to see a Ziliax, which is also pretty good here. It seems like it will at least kill one of the hairs and just make it a lot more awkward for Hockey's next turn.
Yeah, I agree. Just hit down the Ziliax. A good point just to realize is he's not gonna be overloaded next turn either for this on Lickum. If that is Lickum, he'll perhaps trade another minion in, or he can't kill the Ziliax.
That is true.
What would Uther do?
Oh, just as a note, Brick is talking to Alien Santa, but he can't do voice, so he's just messaging. We won't be jumping into their channel as Alien Santa's not talking by himself. Mostly we'll hop onto Markshire and Hockey's channel as we've been doing.
What would Uther do?
So I think Alexander's either considering that, or is he saying Snip's not better here? I think Snip Time gets better later in the game on turn 9 when you don't really have a good play. But I guess he's saying that he wants to be able to stick this Glowtron, which makes sense also.
Yeah, this is a much stickier minion, and the 1/1s are really annoying.
So now he has double evolve, so now you can get his hairs into 5 drops. That's pretty powerful. Getting 4 and 5 drops.
Yeah, especially since he can choose if he doesn't like them.
Oh,
and that's really good.
That was so good. Does he just keep these 4 drops? Oh, he can't. He can't. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, this was a really weird one.
It's like really good, but at the same time made it so awkward because like you could have just like evolved again also. But this 4-mana 5/6 is basically a good 5 drop. So I don't think you should be too mad about this if you're hockey boys.
Yes, the question is this enough to clear or at least deal with the Mysterious Challenger that's coming?
I don't think so, honestly. Actually, but this Lava Burst will do 7 damage or 8 damage, so it just like one shots the Mysterious Challenger here without even.
That is true. That is true, and it sets up the Lickum to deal more damage.
Yeah. So if you're Hockey Boys, you can just go like Lick 'em and Lava Burst, and that sets up favorable trades all around, I think.
Yeah, I think so. And the question is, can Tiamat and Tyrion just keep winning?
I think it's gonna be fairly close, honestly. I I give the edge to I think it depends who top decks better. If like if Hockey Boys ends up top decking another Thunderhead again for this like Volcanic Burst, then I think he's favored. But I think on average the hero power from Alien Santa and Tyrion will end up getting him there. So that's what I think will happen.
Yeah, I agree. Let's listen to their thoughts here in dealing with all these secrets.
Computer since I stopped playing it for like
Just
2
slow in
months.
general. Okay, come on, animation. Do they not have
Yeah.
Avenge?
I guess
What?
not.
No, Lava Burst plays it. And then we can go trade.
Let me just make sure you get like the face hit it.
We evolve, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh
No. We wouldn't have gotten the overkill.
No, but Duskfall and Aviana.
Oh my god. What? That's really bad. Yeah.
So Dustfall and Aviana making a bit of a appearance. Dustfall and
That's all Avion is not what they wanted to see there.
definitely not.
Well,
Definitely not.
So now the real it's crazy how Evolve is gonna end up screwing over themselves. I honestly was surprised they actually evolved there. Honestly, I thought they were in a pretty good spot, just like equipping Lickum and couldn't. But I don't. I guess I guess they got punished for playing Shaman and playing Evolve. Guess that's what happened. But there's
Yeah. I wouldn't have evolved there, honestly. I think their board was threatening enough that they could save it a bit and not risk the RNG, even if this is a very low probability.
Yeah. I don't think they were planning on getting Dustfall and Avion off their fire drops, but I think it's just like one of those things where like they almost like should have saved Evolve just to put another board up with small things to help get there. Yeah, I think their board is threatening enough out of the 4 drops that they didn't need to.
Yeah, I 100% agree here.
Yeah.
And it does sound like this will be enough to close the game,
Yeah.
unless they draw something completely insane that I'm not.
That's not completely insane.
This looks like a concede to me.
Yeah. It's very unfortunate that the Shaman is evolving into the Dustfall and Avion, but it's also just a good point that like every good thing has a bad RNG to it, and it's just like how Hearthstone is, which is
Right.
and that's Alien Santa winning game 2. 2 wins with Paladin. So I guess the Priest man looks a lot better now after he beating Shaman and beating the Warrior that we both thought he should have been instead of the Priest.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I did not see the Shaman being this much of a trouble, but I guess Duskfall and Aviana can just happen sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, if you get a free 8 drop, I think that's pretty good for the price of 0 mana.
Yeah, that typically can win the game.
Yeah, when you have a 13-minute turn on turn 8, typically can win you the game.
Yeah.
So Markstar has to queue, or Hockey Boys Markstar have to queue up their Druid now. I think this is the matchup they did not want to see their Druid go into, but it's not the worst matchup ever, if like especially with the Wasted Surgery on 5.
Yeah, they do have two of the great cards they want, which is Oasis Surger and Innervate. I think this is just a full keep here and just say, we have a great hand, we're going to get there. Can you build enough pressure in the time before we play this?
I agree. So now the real question is Hockey Boys able to reverse sweep? Is Hockey Boys able to reverse sweep with Druid? And my answer is maybe. If Druid ends up getting the right cards they need, like in 3 of these games, I think it's a possibility. But it's also gonna be pretty hard when Alien Santa is drawing Zephyrs in the Mulligan. So we'll see.
Yeah, that is true. I think it will also depend a lot. If this matchup isn't a close one, it is going to depend a lot on the Priest. So if they brought combo Priest, this is going to be really rough because that's a super hard matchup for the Druid.
Super duper rough. So it's interesting to see the Zephyr. Not interesting, but I guess it's pretty normalized to see Zephyrs and non-duplicate deck, and that's because they say they draw their deck fast enough that they can run it anyways, with even without the duplicates.
Yeah, I kind of liked here dropping the Zephyrus on 2. Although, no, that never mind because I forgot about the quest proc. So I don't like that anymore. It would have been reasonable to drop it on 3 if he didn't play the Senwas Queen. At this point, it's just a hero power.
Yeah, at this point, it's just gonna be here and power the Santa Walls. So if I'm Alien Santa, I like playing one of these one of these sand wasps, and then the following turn afterwards, just like play Zephyrs and play a 1-drop. So he gets like a turn 4 play to fill out his curve. But this play plays really well into the hero power also, which is something they want to do. So now I think they drop down Zephyrs, right? Because they don't want to risk the auto defense or noble sack going into their hero power and doing nothing and just taking damage for no reason.
Right. I think in this game, it really isn't that much about Zephyrus effect. You typically either win early or you lose. So
Yeah,
focusing
yeah.
on getting the Zephyrus effect just sounds like a waste.
Especially because like the goal for Hockey Boys in them, it should be to make it to turn 5, and I think that this helps them make. I think this helps them get to turn 5. So now, if you're Alien Santa, is it just worth to play a 1-drop and then play Zephyrus or Backstab? I kind of like it. It helps maintain on board, gets a 3-2 and a 2-1 on board. It's pretty awkward until Hockey Boys next turn, so I don't hate it whatsoever.
Yeah, I think hockey is really afraid of Never Surrender because that would totally stop their Starfall.
Yeah.
But I think I agree with you here. The Houndmaster looks really good because Druid does not like dealing with buffs.
I agree. But it's also like you have to trade in a 3-1 if you don't pick Backstab. So wait, which one does he value? Does he value the 3-1 or does he value to get the on curve
What
play
would
next turn?
Uther do?
And he values on curve play, which also makes sense because Lotus, so he doesn't like doing buffs.
Yeah, he also
Yeah.
doesn't have that great of a hand right now.
Yeah, I agree. His hands full with a bunch of junk. But those are pretty good top pick for Hockey Boys. Oh, getting the Wrath was, I think, is going to be what their pick is. I think that's pretty huge for them. Because now they can also just Wrath for a 1, hit the 3-1 now, and then trade their Zephyrs into the 3-2.
Right. Or even into the 1-3.
Yeah, value trade. That's some value. So the auto defense matrix stops the Zephyrs from killing that, but also keeps Zephyrs alive, so nothing really happened from it.
Yeah, I don't think he is that sad about that play, and the Wrath cleans the 3-1 really well. Plus, there's no more fear of Never Surrender this.
Yeah. So now the real question is, does Hockey gets draw here every time, I think. I don't think he cares about the 1 extra health from Zephyrs as much, because he has Starfall in hand.
Yeah, I don't think so
Damage.
either.
Alright, drawing the swipe is, I think, pretty good for Hockey here. He has a great anti-aggro hand, so it wouldn't surprise me if Hockey turns the corner on this next turn.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Why don't we listen to what they're planning this turn?
Yep.
Overflow is you draw 5 cards and restores 5 to everything.
Oh, sweet. Like restores 5 to all
What
your
would
minions and your
Uther
hero.
do?
Just so that the stream knows, Markshire is asking me what cards in this deck do. He's a
Hey, I
casual
gotta be
Battlegrounds only.
informed. All right, that definitely puts the strategy into
Oh,
perspective.
they have 3 level 3s and their lights.
What would Uther do?
Well, it's a carousel next turn, and you get it first. What do you want?
Let the dogs out. I must act now.
Nice. All right.
Take Yi, then you can make 2 lights. I don't know if that's important. Yeah, I would probably put in Yi instead of.
Oasis, leave the Zeph up.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like how the card they got was Houndmaster.
Yeah. Oh wait.
What?
Yeah, no, I just realized that was their Zeph card. Interesting.
It's a steal.
Also interesting that like that's what they were offered in the first place.
It's because they had a beef,
Huh.
and Zev doesn't have any like strong 4 minions. You know how like they have like strong plays on 3, which is Animal Companion. They don't have one for 4.
Mhm. I think like so. I guess maybe they were
you for
really
selling.
missing a play for 4 and
or the
wanted to
guys
curve
that-
out.
The
Because like that's the only reason I think you play Zeph there is like you know you're gonna have a good curve, and you just really need that 4 slot.
oh, you can make a Blade Master.
All of this, okay. So I really don't want to proc Hidden Wisdom. Like we shouldn't do it anytime soon, but he's super low
How would
on
we
cards.
proc Wisdom?
No, just like down the line, I definitely don't want to give him cards.
Does the secret trigger before or after for Starfall?
I want to say after.
All right,
but-
we'll test.
Wait,
We're
are we
testing for you,
starfalling now? We're not going for like a swipe.
Nah, because if it's swipe, we don't kill it if they have the never surrender.
Oh yeah, that's a thing. Okay, yeah, starfall it. And starfall first.
See, there you go.
Wow.
It doesn't kill these two, but we can play a
Pro
new
plays.
surrender, right?
Yep.
And then it fires. Okay.
Like knowing the secrets that are in this deck gives you such an advantage.
I know.
It's crazy.
Okay, so I'm gonna kill off the Zeph, and if it's,
Yeah.
can we kill off the Zeph again?
It's. I thought it would be hidden. Yeah. It's solid.
Oof. Sorry.
Nourish would be nice.
You should
right
go
now.
for the hyper roll light strat.
Oh, and we still have 2 rats left because the one we used earlier we discovered.
Which path to choose?
Just give me overflow.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Fine.
Reporting for duty.
So I think this is probably game now because if they don't draw something to do next turn, which most time they won't fill their curve, and this like overflow just gives them so much more fuel. So I think that this is probably going to be a concede from. It's probably gonna be a concede from the Paladin coming soon.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised here. He might still try for a bit because he does have a hand, but
Yeah.
once he sees the nourish, I'm expecting something.
So it's so we know it's Malgo's Druid now, which is good to know because Malgo's Druid's actually a lot better into a priest, like Res Priest, than regular Druid is. So maybe Hockey is able to reverse sweep because he's Malgo's Druid, and like usually Malgo's Druid is a bit worse against aggro than regular Druid is, and this is the one that aggro decks he just beats. So I wouldn't be surprised if Hockey and March end up reverse sweeping, but I'm still giving favor to Alien Santa.
Yeah, I do think there's also the chance that he brought Combo Priest, which would be really bad for
You're really bad.
Hockey.
Yeah, like if the chances he brought a Combo Priest, then I think Alien Santa still wins. But if he ends up bringing Res Priest, then I think this can be a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, in that case, it will all boil down to the Hunter versus Druid, I think, because it's such an unfavored matchup, and that Hunter versus Druid is not that good for the Hunter.
Not whatsoever. It's not the matchup you want to see if you're the Hunter.
An interesting thought here would be not to play the Malagos so he doesn't know your strategy. Because you're winning almost anyways, so just act like your normal quest and don't reveal to them that you brought the quest. Or the Malagos.
Power takes many.
I'm not sure I really like this Lodi here because it is an easy target for Rag. And you didn't really need the spell power.
Yeah, this Nip Snap's like not a bad draw, but at the same time, it's like it just gets killed by this 4/6 or another removal like swipe in his hand.
Yeah, that is true. Druid does have a ton of removal just with Swipe, Starfall, and Hidden Oasis to discover a bunch.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's listen a bit to what Markshire and Hockey are planning in there.
Big brain plays.
Ooh.
Yep, 1. Oh, and pounce, which does stuff. No duplicates.
How close are we to lethal with 6, 6, 3 plus 2 plus 4? No, okay, we'll just go hit her in the Oasis.
Yeah.
I was trying to count how close to lethal we were with the other Lodi.
Do you not want to jam face? Get the damage in.
Well, we can keep this alive for spell damage too, right? Or if we need to poison to kill something, like if he goes
Yeah. The spell damage is relevant. That's true.
Killing Ziliax is also relevant. Also, we have Malagos Coin Wrath. That seems pretty good.
That's definitely a play. I'll say that. So we could.
Our Elise is active.
Yeah.
Not that it matters, but
That's yeah. I don't think that'll come into play. Conk. So he can't really afford to swing with Ashbringer into this.
no.
Like, he could, but I don't think he will. Yeah, this is fine. Easy swipe.
Do we not want to just jam the Mally?
Into this?
Why not? What is he gonna do to kill it?
He runs his stuff into
Well, he
it.
runs everything in. Then we drop our Lodi that has the other Mally.
Okay, wait. So if we do that, then it's
It's +5, so we have 10 damage with Swipe, and we have 7 damage with Moonfire, and we have 4 damage with Lodi.
What?
I feel like it's still better.
Or we could just
to
swipe
now.
We go like Wrath on the Snip Snap. No, we go Swipe first, and then we Wrath whatever gets avenged.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, we use this one. Do we? I just want to know when we use
Mhm.
Elise.
Oh.
Yeah, we'll use this one.
Yeah, use that one.
Time waits for no one.
Nice.
Mm.
15 is 9 plus 6, which is exactly Mally, Swipe, Moonfire.
Right. Yeah. 15, and then if he doesn't have a taunt, it's 17 with the pounds, and that uses.
What would
8.
gunfire be?
Okay.
Well, no, because he hits to put him down to 15.
Oh, the hit. Okay.
That was, yeah, that's what I was counting from. Sorry,
cool.
I like say half my thoughts in my head and don't say them out loud.
Wow. Great co-op partner, by the way.
So we go Coon Mally, right?
Yeah. Oh, finally the bees. Could have used that on turn 4, but I am eternal. Do we want to get the pounce in now? Okay.
No, we could save Pound.
Well, I guess we don't need it. No, never mind, because he's at 15.
How does Mally work with bees? Does it give more bees?
No, it shouldn't, right? Because it's not. Yeah. I don't think it would ever work like that.
Which path to choose?
Because it's just like it has to be damage.
I don't think I've ever heard Tiana swear.
I have no time for games.
I think they
Thinking
win.
ahead. Thinking. Alright.
Alright, I think the place can see. Since we have lethal, can I use bees to see what happens?
Yeah. As long as you don't use bees on Sylvanas.
Using bees on the 5-1.
Yeah.
Oh, so it only does 4. Oh, we don't have enough mana.
Oh no, the hidden wisdom. Hockey, didn't I tell you not to proc hidden
Oh my
wisdom on
goodness,
like
we're gonna
turn
lose
4?
now. Yeah, you did.
Dude. Wow.
I like how this was like the worst LHS last turn we could do because we just showed them the cards.
So probably not the best thing to do, but you gotta test the interactions, right? Like don't play Hearthstone, gotta test the interactions. But now we have to know something around bees, play around, basically everything. So
Yeah, I think as we talked before, hiding the Molly is useful just because they'll play a bit different and they'll know in case it's res to expect.
yeah, I agree. I think that's the advantage to playing out things in LHS is you just learn more cards about your opponent's deck than you would in like and just like closed deckless formats in general. So and let's make use of the hunter first. So it's Quest Hunter. Okay.
So we'll see a different matchup because Quest Hunter is not what I expected here.
Yeah, Quest Hunter is like pretty like good in the druid, right? It's just like built a couple boards.
I think so. Yeah, it keeps building the board, and at some point the druid just can't deal with it, and you kill them.
So questing explore is something you want to keep always with quest tags. So I think that's obvious keep. Then obviously the quest. Oh, double questing explore is really good. This is what you want to see if you're an Alien Santa fan.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a really strong hand to begin the game.
Yeah, hockey boys is gonna be like Quest Hunter. What does this card do?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is an unexpected matchup. Let's hear them for a
At like super high rank with Quest.
Yeah,
I think like a month ago.
Farm Shaman, but I don't know.
Yeah. Well, too bad we already lost with our shaman. Bees. Oh.
Okay, so the quest says you have to have mana left over at the end of your turn. So if we played bees, we might as well lose 0.
Yeah, but we could have killed the 2/3. That seems relevant to
True,
me.
that's
Like
2
our
damage
health
minus.
is important.
I know.
So I don't know, hockey. Just gotta think about the trade-offs here.
If you look at our hand, we just have combo pieces like Moonfire.
Yeah. There's a.
Bees.
Go ahead and give him the mech. Man, what a card.
I'd rate it 4 out of 3 because it summons 4.
4 out of 3. It's a 3 out of 5 best.
Of course it's the right way.
I found out some of the cards. Blizzard sent me some, but I'm not allowed to say because I signed an NDA. Do you want me to tell you them since the stream can't hear us?
Yeah. I mean, this seems like a good time for it. So we can.
Hero power. Path. I want a wrath for cards.
I want to wrath
We
for
don't have
cards too. So we could wrath for cards now on the 1/1 and just hero power face.
Or we could wrath for cards onto one of the 2/3s.
Okay, yeah, I guess that's better than what I suggested.
Like if we wait a turn, then we just get a card draw too. But we're not gonna do that next turn.
No, dude, mana efficiency. Throw that wrath out there.
Nah, 'cause we can go Hidden Oasis and we can go Starfall Wrath the next turn.
That's compelling. All right. Yeah, do that. Man, I just hate all this unspent mana. I'm a mana efficient tempo gamer.
So very interesting plays coming up for Alien Santa here. It's like he wants to try to set up all these things. He wants to try to set up his quest. He wants to try to set up the Sea Giant. He wants to try to set up Desert Spear. It's pretty interesting to see how he wants to do set up this Hyena even. So assuming
Yeah.
Hockey Boys plays this in Oasis next turn, I think that this is an okay setup into it. But I wonder if there was a better play like jamming Ziliax or something like that.
Jamming Ziliax was a really interesting play. The thing with this deck is Quest Hunter is a very weird deck to play because there are many alternatives and you keep thinking about what token generator is better.
Yeah.
At this point, he knows the Druid is super likely to have some AoE, so he isn't going to overextend that much.
I agree. So now if you're hockeying them, it's like they're okay. So they decided to Wrath instead of just jamming the Hidden Oasis, which I think is not what I would have done. I think I actually would have wanted to got my 6/6 and kill for 10 on the board, but maybe they like decided that they wanted to like draw some more, gain some armor, and kill a 2/3, which isn't a bad play either, but it's not what I would have done.
Yeah, I think I agree. I also think the Overflow is a really big pick because they are looking to draw right now. Their hand is okay.
Yeah.
The one issue is we don't know if Alien Santa is going to allow them.
Yeah. I wonder if the Ancestor starts playing stuff on board and then doesn't allow them to AoE and has to force them to react to their stuff. I think if I'm Alien Santa here, they play Overflow, so this is a turn where you have to make a board. Or at least play something big. But it just looks like he's hitting the set of a Coin Sea Giant. Or just play stuff to play Sea Giant like Spring Pulse.
Yeah, this does make sense. We do see a good answer if they're willing to lose their Moonfire, which I think they are.
Yeah. I don't think you went off the combo in this matchup. I think you went off just getting board control. So now you get the Starfall, Wrath. Whoa. What are they Ferocious Howling for? Did they not? Oh, they're okay. They're well, they still can't clear, right? Oh yeah, oh, you have to clear. It does 7. Never mind. Yeah. So that was fine. I'd rather
That's-
that was a really good top deck.
That is a really good top deck. He can almost finish the quest at this point.
Yeah, it's really good. I think that's one of the cards that make Quest Hunter, honestly. Is this Swarm the Locust card.
Yes, it's a really good card, even if it doesn't seem like it, because it can finish your quest. Like it does 7 procs. It's more than a third of your quest. And it's also really useful as removal. And post quest, it's just insane as removal.
Yeah, I agree. So he decides to go with the play to just play some stuff on board and maybe bait out another swipe here, which I think is what he wants to do, is just try to get the move on it if he can.
Yeah, we are seeing the draw here, which is something they've been looking to do for a while now.
Yeah, and that's a new sound, pretty big pickup. So if you're Alien Santa, is this the turn where you want to go like another so you can go like a Desert Spear or Ziliax type thing. You can also go like there's a play with Hyena here, right? With like Desert Spear, hit the 1/1 in, and then do something else there. Hit the 2/3 in after that. There's that play.
There's a play with Hyena, I think. There's also a play with Bone Wraith and just equipping this.
Yeah, hit the 4/4 in. I think this play's fine too. It gets wider on board than the other play would have. So
Yeah, and Bone Wraith procs the quest twice.
yeah. What AoE do you value more? Do you value the swipe or do you value the Starfall? Because the swipe can go face with your Malgos. So if you're hockey, what do you think you're valuing? Are you valuing the Starfall or are you valuing the swipe? I think it'd be pretty interesting to hear.
Yeah, let's go over there to hear that.
I don't know why we're using the Innervate.
Because we're at 9 mana.
No, okay. But why? Like, why are we trying to play the Coon now?
Because then we get a
Did you
7/7
get the
for
7/7?
free. Yeah.
Mm.
Otherwise, Innervate isn't going to do anything for us.
So I just, the only thing I'm thinking about is being greedier with Lodi, especially because we have like Mally double swipe in hand. If we just drop, we can't just drop Mally. So
No, I like going. I like the Coon play. I like building the board, having a 7/7.
the board. Okay, you want to play for the board? All right, let's
Yeah.
do it. thought this was a combo deck, but apparently,
We could also use pounce, and then we can keep the 4/6. I like doing that.
yeah. I'm down. Alright, on my side,
Nourish
you
him to hit it
did
away.
not get this off, but
I got it off on mine.
yes! It's because you have a gaming PC, probably. I still am running this on my 2015 MacBook Pro.
Use code HockeyBoys3 for 0% off at Tempo Storm for a gaming PC.
Gang. Oh, did you see Blitzchung got picked up by Tempo Storm?
I saw.
That's pretty dope.
I wonder.
As someone who's pro Japan, because I'm an anime weeb, I have no comment on the matter. Oh no, wait, did they complete it? Oh, they completed it.
Oh yeah, this card is nutty, dude. I was like, so like a week ago when I started playing Hearthstone again for the first time, and I was like, there's no way they'll complete this, and then they played this and they won. I
Yeah.
was like, damn, this card is
But I mean, we have swipe.
broken.
We can go swipe.
Yeah.
Ooh, we also have an elite.
Damn, you ripped that Nourish.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we don't have to see that.
Wait, we're so close to Zeph, and Zeph just gives us swipe too? Oof.
Ooh. All right. So if he has another one of those bad boys,
We play
That's-
swipe.
We do
If
play
he has
swipe.
another one, we play swipe, and we go for the for Zeph lethal.
okay. The quad zap play, as they call it.
Yeah. Because he only has 3 more of them in hand.
So let me think about this. I'm trying to think how we can like get damage in with our minions and push tempo here.
Do we have lethal? If we go Mally, 10 plus 7. It would be 10 plus 7 plus 4. Would he kill?
It's
He'd probably
not-
just kill us. We kind of have to go for.
Yeah, I think
So
we
do-
probably have to
Let's
swipe.
go Nourish, right?
No.
Or
What if
we
we
could go
Oasis? Well,
Oasis, he
okay,
just
wait.
kills us. Oh wait, yeah, that's fine. That's
no,
fine.
swipe Oasis. We hit him for 4, then we have 10 power on board. Like I feel like this deck struggles to clear our minions, right?
No, because he's gonna. Okay, he has 3 more Lynxes in hand, and
Oh,
then he
you're
goes
right, you're
Lynx
right.
and hero power.
Okay.
What we can
But-
do is we can just go Wrath if we.
Time waits for no one.
Mm,
I want to Nourish first, just see what we
okay,
get.
yeah. Go for the Nourish.
Starfall.
Yes. Hmm.
Then we can go double Oasis Surger to kill off his next board.
Yep. Yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah, I get it. Do you need the sound?
All right, so pretty interesting discussion that they had about the Coin Coon play, which I think was optimally the best play there, which set him up for being able to deal with these boards pretty easily because the 7/7 is pretty hard for Quest Hunter to deal with.
Definitely true. I think there's also something to be said about the fact that if they go double Oasis now, they are exposing themselves to the Hound play. And that is a very
Yeah.
dangerous play.
It's like 4 times. It's so so they end up getting they'd get like a full board and then you'd hero power. So that's 3 times 7, which would be 21, which wouldn't quite be lethal, but still a lot of damage. I shouldn't. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the kind of play that it might not win, but it definitely annoys your opponent a lot because it's putting them much lower and their game plan has to change. But
Yeah.
at this point, their game plan is to combo them down soon, probably in 2 to 3 turns.
Also, this 4/6 gets taunt, so it's not like the how play means as much anymore, especially with them being able to get the taunt 4-6 up.
That is true. The fact that they now revealed the low T means it's not that easy to just deal a bunch of.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, this does sound like it's going Hockey's way.
Yeah, I think this is probably gonna be a concede from Hockey Boys, or from not Hockey, from Alien Santa once he realizes that they combo him.
Yeah, I would say that's true.
I think this is how he needed to come down earlier and then hoped he didn't have removal, but obviously Hockey did, so it wouldn't have mattered. But I think if I think Alien Santa's best chance would have been if that happened.
Yeah, that's true. Hyena
it was
early can't always win matchups.
Yeah. So with Alien getting Hunter first, does this last deck have to be Red Priest then? Because if it was Common Priest, you would have queued that up first. I think that has like a ridiculous matchup into Druid. So I think it has to be the Red Priest.
It certainly sounds like it.
Yeah. So here comes the concede in like 5 seconds, or once he dies, 1 to 2.
Put this apple on your head.
To my side.
Zephyrus seen this lethal?
Does he count? Yeah, well, I think he would just offer Fireball anyways. I don't know if he could counted the spell damage or not. Actually, it looks like it did, 'cause it was in the court when he picked it from Zephyrus. So maybe he hit the spot.
Zephyrus has been a little disappointing for me recently. It's missed some pretty obvious bits.
Yeah, I think I agree. Like a lot of times it can like miss like Earthshock, and like sometimes it miss like an obvious like ooze that you need or Harrison to destroy a weapon. Just something pretty obvious that I think Zephyr should recognize. But
Yeah, it missed a pretty obvious Shadow Flame today for me.
yeah. Shot Flames and those weird cards that Zephyr just sometimes doesn't recognize. Or they'll like not offer you Twisting Nether because there's like a bunch of like death arrows that like heal your opponents and like that on board. And so they'll end up doing that. Alright, so it's Combo Priest. This is interesting then. Why wouldn't you queue up Combo Priest first? And just say you can.
Maybe he wanted to try his Hunter since it is the last matchup.
Yeah, maybe. But this is a really good hand from Alien Santa. This is one where you can win with from just Northstar Cleric, Light Warren, Divine Spirit, Interfire.
Is someone injured?
Yeah, I think this is going to be a question of can Hockey stop the early game or not.
Yeah, I think I'm pretty interested. I really want to see their thought process next turn when they play this Worthy Expedition.
Yeah, let's move to listen to them.
Maybe he doesn't have buffs. Maybe he's playing Control Priest.
Control, yeah. I mean, with Light Bomb. Standard.
Oh my goodness, we just lose.
Yeah.
Mark of Nature?
Marco.
I get Shrewd of the Scythe is the same thing.
Yeah. Alright, Dog's the circle. Hero power. Base.
We can go Druid of the Scythe, Moonfire next turn.
To deal
To
flat
kill off the
damage.
Blade Master.
Oh.
She's gonna hero power it.
Okay. Seems fine.
And then they're gonna go Psycho Pump and we go Surger to kill off the Cleric.
What must I do?
In the light's name.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness.
That's not even that bad.
Maybe we Starfall. still go for it, right?
Yeah.
The rage. It claims me.
What?
But yeah, it's Starfall next turn.
I'm trying to get one of everything.
Gets
Okay.
us for 9.
Starfall's pretty good if they don't
You just need
develop
to
super
knock
heavy.
off. But
If they don't have Psychopomp, then I think we're in a good position.
I agree.
Because we take 9. Well,
Oh wait, I need to
we're
look
gonna
up
take 11. We go down
priest
to
dead.
8.
Combo.
What must
We have
I
2 Ferocious Howl. We're just gonna top deck Hidden Oasis.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. We
Okay,
lose,
we can
fam.
kill it.
We have to use Oasis Surger.
So take.
We can't win.
Uh.
We can't win. No, wait, we can, because they can't kill us.
Yeah. We still do this. We. Yeah. We probably.
Well, at least like when they lose 4, oh wait, no, never mind. They have extra arms.
Oh yeah. We're dead. Okay. Well.
I concede.
Yeah.
All right. Use the brackets battlegrounds, please.
I'm in for it.
All right. Well, I think that was like it was a pretty competitive series from starting off at season 2. Like
Yeah, this was a very good series.
I think if they end up, I think if the Paladin didn't end up winning 2 games, if they only won 1-1, I think this would have been a completely different series. 'Cause I think Drew just loses the Common Priest guaranteed. So like if they were able to play Shaman into Common Priest or something else, I think they could have won. But it's pretty. I think Anderson got the ideal things that he wanted that match in that matchup. Cleric, he got like Warren, he got Divine Spirit and Airfire, then another buff to play out of the range of Starfall. So I think that was just pretty ideal for Alien Santa.
Yeah,
Do you want to ask Alexander for an interview?
yeah, I did. I just messaged him if he's
Uh-huh.
willing to come over. I think overall this matchup came down to two matches go or one match going not exactly the way everyone expected. Definitely something to be talked about is the Dust Fallen Aviana because that was just really good for the Paladin, and the Paladin overall just performed super.
Yeah, I think Highlander Paladin's one of those decks that for me at least that it's either a hit or miss. Either it does really well or it can't get a game win with it. For me, most of the time it's I can't get a game win with it, so I usually don't bring it as often. But you just show the power of it if you end up getting what you need in the secret early and with Mysterious.
Yes, let's bring Alien Santa in for an intro. Hey, welcome, winner of the day.
No, it was winners. I'm telling you, Brick was there. He just couldn't use the mic, so we were going back and forth. Like my turns usually take half as long when I'm playing by myself, but we were just going back and forth discussing strategy.
Yeah, I'm glad. I was gonna like hope that I didn't put you at a disadvantage because you were just by yourself, but I'm glad to hear that he was messaging you and still helping you
No,
think out
he
your
helped a
plays.
ton. It was really fun. I really like this tournament.
So, what do you think of like duos tournament? Like, how do you play in duos compared? How do you play like in regular like LHS and Hero?
It wasn't too different because we were on the same page. It just took me a little bit longer to think over my plays instead of just knee jerk reactioning, which I think, as I said, I think it's similar to what I was doing. And also, some of the decks I was playing, they didn't have as many options available. Like with mid range Paladin, you had like 2 choices, and one of them was obvious, and the other one was like not so great. So
Yeah. Do you think so? Like so when you end up playtesting, like did you expect? So what was the reasoning behind the ban priest? Because me and Lotus were talking about this at the beginning. Like why wouldn't you ban shaman or why wouldn't you ban the warrior? Because they looked like the 2 worst matchups.
oh, well, from my experience, Quest Hunter actually does okay against Warrior in some cases. If they had brought Quest Shaman, then I would have been okay with Quest Hunter. But a lot of the times I planned it out. I'm like, look, this is all these games that if they brought Nazoth Priest, I would be screwed. So I'm like, I also hate playing against Nazoth Priest, but I did a lot of practice on the ladder and stuff. And if I was fighting against Shaman, I think I had a better win rate against Shaman than I did against the Zoth Priest.
So also, what was your reasoning for bringing Quest Hunter? Because me and Liz were discussing this. Like, this is
I
what
just
not
said.
we weren't
I just
expecting.
said.
Just get into.
It was pretty good against Warrior, in my experience, especially Aggro Warrior, because you got all the rushes to counteract the low health, high attack minions. The Quest Shaman is somewhat weak against it because the Unleash the Hound's finisher is a lot better against Shaman because they go wide on the board and say haha, and then you just hit them with dogs.
Yeah.
Right. What did you think of the Duskbringer Aviana appearing just for a special
It's happened on
moment?
ladder. I was laughing a little bit, but I wasn't. The two guys I was playing against are pretty good friends of mine, so I wasn't like haha. I was like, crap, I feel bad for them, but not too bad because they were playing Shaman. So
Playing Shaman. Well.
Yeah, it's the thing with Evolve. Evolve can always backfire, but the chance is pretty small, and a lot of times it just wins. I
yeah,
do think, since we got to see from both sides, I think both of you played really well this match. There were a few plays that we disagreed, but not that many.
Yeah, I agree.
well, I mean, it just as I said with Paladin, it's like you can drop a Sylvanas or you can go flood the board, but there wasn't much else choice wise because I only had like 3 cards in my hand, so I'm like, go with Sylvanas and big minion to threaten the board again. I think was it against taunts and stuff. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It feels really bad to throw 3 minions into a taunt minion when you could have thrown 1 minion and have it survive. Yeah.
Right.
I just want to point out, like, the game one, I'm pretty sure it was when you're playing Paladin versus Warrior, you had a kind of an order lull moment, which it
Yep.
happens to the best of us. It's
Yep.
like,
I just like I swing and I'm like, crap. I told Brick and Brick's like, no, it's cool, man, it's cool. I'm like, okay, cool. We'll just keep playing the game.
yeah, it's just like it's like one of those slight things where you're just like, oh, like, why did I do that? But it's just like when you're playing the heat of the moment, sometimes things slip, which happens to all of us.
I haven't played a lot of aggro where on the side of playing it, so I haven't been used to the ordering of Frothing Berserker like I would if I had played it more often.
Yeah, we weren't. Me and Lowe's weren't expecting Aggro Warrior from him. Actually, we were expecting like Control Warrior because we thought that'd be a lot better into the decks he was playing against. So the
I
Aggro
wasn't
Warrior surprised me.
expecting Paladin to win actually because it's weak against aggro. So, and then winning against Shaman was just kind of weird too. I started with Paladin because I thought that was the weakest deck out of the 3 to deal with the decks they were bringing potentially. And also I kind of had a read on it because Hockey is Mechathune control player kind of guy. I don't know too much about Markshire except that he plays well. So between the two of them, though.
Yeah. Yeah. I think in general we were only able to see like the thought process between Markshire and Hockey, but I'm pretty sure you and Brick probably had pretty good thought process throughout.
Mm-hmm.
So one question I have is, in playing as a duo, kind of what was the main function of each of you as the duo? Were you just sharing plays? Was someone focusing on something? How was more or less the dynamic?
Well, we actually just we just went back and forth, and like I was piloting, so I would put forth a move, and he would give me feedback. So like if I said a lot of the time it was concurrent because we agreed with what the other one was, what I suggested he already agreed with. But sometimes during the opponent's team plays, we were actually talking about like, well, do we drop Siamat and swing into that, and then they evolved and like, oh crap, we got to kill the Duskfall and Eviana. But we were discussing throughout the course of the game, which is usually how I play. I usually think while my opponent's turn is going, and then that's why I usually take a somewhat shorter turns, is because I'm usually thinking like until they evolve and do something crazy. Normally, it's just like the board state stays the same, so I just plan ahead what I'm going to do based on that. But also, I don't play a lot of, for example, Druid, where you draw your cards in your turn and then you make your plays. So, yeah.
So were you expecting the Druid to end up getting 2 wins on you, or were you expecting that to be one of the weakest classes he brought?
Actually, honestly, I played the Quest Hunter because I didn't want to end it on the on a 4-game series.
I
I'm
gotta,
not
gotta,
joking,
gotta,
I'm
gotta give you
serious. I
time
didn't
out.
think the president was gonna win. I just didn't want you guys. I got to play Hunter. It's me, but you know
Yeah. What's the alien city without playing Hunter?
what's up?
What's the alien city without him playing Hunter?
Yeah,
That's not right.
exactly.
Alright.
Nice.
Hunter was my first class that I played like habitually because I was free to play for like years. So it's like Face Hunter, and then I've been playing since open beta. So I was like Face Hunter, and then Mid Range Hunter, and then oh hey, cool.
Yeah.
And then I did firesides locally, and they had tournaments. I'm like, crap, I have to actually bring 4 decks. Crap.
That's unfortunate. Alright. Lotus, got any final things? You got any final questions for Alien?
Let me think. I don't think I have any. Do you want to give any shout outs? Anyone who helped you guys practice? Anything you guys?
I'll give a shout out to my brother for having to listen to me talk about Hearthstone even though he hasn't played in a while. Like he actually he knows enough about the game that I can throw feedback at him. But the last time he played was in a specialist tournament with playing Mech Hunter, and that was a little while ago. So
Almost forgot Specialist was a format.
yeah, it was great for him because he's got a limited card selection. I mean, otherwise
Yeah.
he'd be just like. I want him to join THL and get a better card collection so he can stomp everybody, but he doesn't want to. Something about like having not enough time to, but whatever.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for the interview and thank you for playing. Thank you, Markshire and Hockey, for letting us watch as well, and same for Rick. I think Schoolstone is done for the day. Thank you, Tris, for casting with me.
Yeah, no problem.
Thank you, Saku, for being one more time.
You got it?
Yeah, thank you.
We'll see you guys next time.
Yeah.